Ingrid Bergman, probably one of the well-known actresses in the catalogue of Oscar-winning actresses to this day, and rightfully so. Her own catalogue of films goes beyond American films. Her features in European cinema, particularly Italian, German and Swedish films, made her an international star. Everybody wanted to get Bergman into their films, and she did as she pleased, on and off screen. So there was something really refreshing about Ingrid Bergman. She was unbothered, intelligent, and effortlessly cool. And she also pulled one of the most iconic comebacks to Hollywood after an overly dramatized scandal. Today you might remember her from the movie Casablanca, but she actually did not win the Oscar for this film. But that's okay because she won the Oscar on 3 other separate occasions and was nominated additionally 4 more times. The Swedish blonde, who was about 5'10" in height, obviously began her career being an extra in Swedish films and then received a scholarship to the Royal Dramatic Theatre School. She did not finish the school since she got cast in her first feature film at the age of 19. Bergman always knew she'd be an actress. This aspiration was cultivated at an early age by her parents, who both unfortunately passed away before her teenage years. She went on to act in a dozen of films that put her on the map as a well-established actress. After starring in Intermezzo in 1936, she was recruited by David O. Selznick to reenact an English version of Intermezzo. When she arrived to Hollywood, they wanted to change her whole image. She was too tall, her nose and eyebrows were too big, her teeth were crooked, and to top all that off, she did not speak English. But this image gave off a regal and sophisticated vibe amidst all the peroxide blondes with fluttery eyelashes and manicured eyebrows. Selznick cultivated the careers of Vivien Leigh and Jennifer Jones, who were previous year's Oscar winners. So we know Selznick knew talent when he saw it. Now his new project was Bergman. After the Hollywood version of Intermezzo, A Love Story, came out in 1939, everybody was drawn to Bergman, and this film became a success. Bergman was cast in more cinematic successes like Rage in Heaven and Adam Had 4 Sons, in which she would blow everybody away, not only by her performances, but her dedication and professionalism on set. But she was getting cast as these noble and proper women, and she wanted to try something new. So she persuaded producers to cast her in a villainous role in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and this was in 1941. 1942, though, brought Casablanca to the screen, which starred Bergman and Humphrey Bogart. Just as he did with Jennifer Jones, Selznick, a master manipulator, got Bergman roles that showed off her talent, and this steady boosting got Bergman her first Oscar nom in 1944 for her role in For Whom the Bell Tolls. She lost to Jennifer Jones, but nonetheless, the following year in 1945, Bergman won that well-deserved Oscar for her role in Gaslight. In 46, she was Oscar nominated again for The Bells of St. Mary's, and again in 49 for Joan of Arc. In between these 2 nominations, she starred in 2 of Alfred Hitchcock's films, Spellbound and Notorious. At the end of the 1940s, her films were not received very well, and she made a move to Italy. Her dream was to work with Roberto Rossellini. When they got the chance to work together in Italy, when she took a break from Hollywood, they fell in love and started an affair. They both had spouses and children, and this whole ordeal was scrutinized by media on a whole other level. Suddenly everyone was on their moral high horse in America and made this affair that resulted in children out of wedlock a headlining scandal. But we know Ingrid did as she pleased. She got a divorce from her husband, remarried to Rossellini, and had her children in Italy, which of course one of them is Isabella Rossellini, who is a famous and seasoned actress in her own right. Bergman shocked the whole Hollywood system because suddenly she was not that angelic and righteous girl that everyone believed she was. Now, suddenly she was an evil and a disgrace to womanhood. Bergman in fact had previous affairs with other famous individuals like Spencer Tracy, Gregory Peck, and Victor Fleming. But when it was time for Bergman to return to the place that made her a worldwide icon, what was Hollywood to do? Exile her because her personal life was apparently a disgrace? Oh no. Bergman's undeniable elegance and emotional intelligence on screen was irreplaceable, and Bergman exhibited one of the coolest comebacks to Hollywood in 1956, when she starred in Anastasia, that co-starred Helen Hayes, who had received the Oscar too. For this, Bergman won her second Oscar in 1957. Bergman simultaneously starred in Swedish and other European films. In 1975, Bergman won her third and final Oscar for her performance in On Murder on the Orient Express. She and Meryl Streep have both won 3 Oscars. On top of her film career, Bergman succeeded in stage productions, mainly on Broadway, but her film career is more iconic. Overall, Bergman won Oscars, a Tony, an Emmy, a BAFTA, and a Golden Globe in her career, with over 50 films. What makes Ingrid Bergman's power different from other powerhouses of women like Bette Davis or Katharine Hepburn is that she was assertive in a more softer, friendlier, and feminine way. And that is why everyone in the film industry were obsessed with her. She complemented all of her male and female co-stars and fit into all types of female characters. All of her achievements indicate her natural talent, beauty, strength, and hard work.